What's up guys, Rab here, and today we're going to be painting something a little bit different. I recently got myself the Battle of Osgiliath starter set for the Middle Earth strategy battle game. What a mouthful. I don't know what that's doing up there. The box is right here. Tell me to fire my editor. And the models inside are fantastic. There's 53 in total, including a whole load of orcs, which we're going to be painting up today. Now my original plan was to slap chop these orcs to get through them really quickly, but unfortunately that metallic speed paint from our painter isn't available to the general public yet. Only the biggest of the biggest creators are getting them, and I'm not one of them, sadly. Anyway, enough nonsense, let's go on to the painting after this quick, obligatory King Theoden meme.
So it begins.
So we'll start off with a nice base coat of lead belcher, using that for all of the metallics. That's the armour, the weapons and the rim of the shield. Once you finish, it should look like this. Make sure you get a nice solid base coat down. Onto the fabrics, we're going to give it a base coat of Mephiston Red. I think that's what sets the Morannon Orcs out against, say, the other ones like the Mordor Orcs or the Isengard ones, the red fabric they wear underneath. Now if you want to paint it another colour, you can go ahead. I'm using Mephiston Red. Because I'm painting it over a black primer, you need to be really careful. Get 2 coats down so there's not a lot of black showing through, and be careful not to get it on any of the metallics, otherwise you have to go back over them with lead belcher. Next up, we're going to use Mournfang Brown, and we're going to use that for the shields and the spears. Now there are other colours you could use, but I really like this Mournfang Brown, it's a great colour, so a couple of coats of that onto the shields should be looking good. And of course, don't forget to paint the back of the shield like I did. Now for the orc flesh, I went for Elysian Green. Now the orcs of Middle Earth are very diverse in their skin colours, from the reddish brown Uruk-hai to the really bright green Moria orcs. Use whatever colour you want as long as you've got an adequate colour to highlight it. So I've only had this box for about a week, but I've been watching a lot of Middle Earth strategy battle game. Still can't wrap my lips around that one.
What did he say?
Videos on YouTube, and I've read the rulebook so many times, and I've actually played a small game with my girlfriend. We both loved it. The game's so simple to pick up compared to other games, especially at 40k, which requires a math degree to put an army together, and even Age of Sigmar, which is a good bit easier. This is simpler than them all. I am so shocked this game doesn't get the love that I think it deserves from Games Workshop and from fans themselves. There's so many people out there that like Lord of the Rings that could be brought into this community if they knew there was a game. You know, how many people do you know could name 10 Space Marine chapters? How many people could name 5 Lord of the Rings characters? It's ridiculous.
You're haunting this house with your whiteness.
Now it's time for the highlights, starting with some Evil Sunz Scarlet for the fabric, and you'll notice that we're using highlights before we've washed it. The reason for that is we want the orcs to be dirty, manky, bogging. We don't want them to be like bright and popping, so using Evil Sunz Scarlet, highlight all the raised areas of the fabric. Next up, we're going to use Stormhost Silver to highlight all of the weapons and parts of the armour. We don't want it too clean. Now my sources tell me this colour used to be called Mephiston Silver, but they changed it, which is a strange one to me. Why would they change it from a Lord of the Rings themed name to an Age of Sigmar themed name? Now to highlight the skin, I used Ogryn Camo, which is a really good highlight for Elysian Green and some other greens as well. Depending on what colour you use for the skin, you might have to pick a different highlight colour. Next up, we're going to give the orcs probably the only wash they'll ever see, and we're going to do that using Agnak's Earthshade. This will really help all of the colours meld together and give it a dirty, grimy look. Then it's just a case of letting our models dry. Whilst you're letting your models dry, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel? You're already here, just go and hit the little button. Once the model is fully dried, we're going to give it a slight dry brush with Stormhost Silver just over the metallic parts to give it a little bit of shine, just so that metal doesn't register as a dark grey. Now it's just time to base our models, and for me, I'm still using the Geek Gaming Scenics range to base my models, but you can do it however you wish. This is just quick, easy, and it looks good. Slap some glue on, dunk it in the box, and your model looks fantastic. Of course, no base would be complete without a little tuft, so go and stick a little tuft on there as well. And there we go, in less than 15 minutes that's you've got your models ready. Just need to do the rest of them now. Now you've got your orcs painted up, you can use them to recreate some of your favourite scenes in the film, including this is a cease and desist from New Line Cinema. I'm not allowed to use any more clips in the film. And I thought Games Workshop's laws were bad. This is a cease and desist from Games Workshop.